Hi, girls, gays, and theys. Welcome back to the channel.
Happy Pride Month. I love you guys.
For Pride Month, we are actually going to be bringing it back to Stick It, a 2006 gymnastics gay awakening that changed the trajectory of, to be honest, most of our lives. Yes, this is a lesbian movie, and I will die on that hill. Let's talk about it. Stick It came out in 2006, directed by Jessica Bendinger, who also wrote Bring It On, so, you know, it's going to be just like a little bit gay.
I'm major, I roar, I swear I'm not a whore.
The film stars Missy Peregrym, who plays Haley Graham, a rebellious teenage ex-gymnast who, after a run-in with the law, has now been sent to the Vickerman's Gymnastics Academy that is run by Burt Vickerman, also played by Jeff Bridges. The plot follows Haley as she is forced back into the world of elite gymnastics and the emotional trauma that has pushed her out of that world in the first place. This isn't just a sports redemption arc, it is also a critique of institutionalized expectations on young women, a rebellion against toxic perfectionism, and let's be honest, a lot of sapphic tension.
Shawty, what that thing do? No.
We start with the quintessential early 2000s opening credit scenes, graffiti, skateboards, Missy Elliott.
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
So we cut to Haley BMX stunting in an unfinished pool with her two besties, Frank and Poot. But in honor of Pride Month, we're going to be calling them Emmett and Jasper because it would not be my type of queer media without my two favorite himbos.
Oh, well, I think we can handle that.
Some random skateboarders come by to challenge Haley and her friends to claim the space that they are in. And she absolutely wipes the floor with these bitches. Like, absolutely fucking demolishes them. And accidentally crashes through a window in one of the unfinished houses. So that causes her to get arrested quite quickly, like immediately. Maybe don't ride your bike with your hood all the way down here. I mean, literally, her hood was here. Couldn't see shit. I know we were trying to like hide the fact that that was a girl the whole time, but like,
Oh my God!
after causing over $14,000 worth of damage on this house, she ends up getting the choice to either go to juvie or VGA, which is the Vickerman's Gymnastics Academy. Even though she picked juvie, the judge immediately tells her that she's going to VGA. That was rude. No thanks. But Haley's obviously not happy about it, lashing out at her dad when she is going home to pack up her shit.
Where's my shit?
So Haley ends up at VGA, a high-level training center filled with ambitious gymnasts prepping for the nationals. And the girls there hate her because 2 years prior, she walked out of Worlds, or known as the World Gymnastics Championship, that tanked her team's shot at gold. She walked out on that. She's quite hated in the community, which is unfortunate, but we will learn why later on. We'll talk about that soon. She's especially at odds with Joanne, who's an uptight rule follower who immediately tries to put Haley in her place. Obviously, that's not going to work out for her in the end, but you are definitely going to at least love the iconic lines that she gives.
Dalmatians are born with spots, they don't earn them, which is exactly my point.
Dogs are people too, Haley. And please, please for me, watch out for the vault deck on the end. And GED? What does drunk driving have to do with school?
She's kind of and I love that. Actually, I can't say that word. She's very charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. You know? Haley immediately starts pushing boundaries. She skips the routine. She's refusing to wear the uniforms. She is basically just treating this entire thing like it's a joke, as if she didn't, like, you know, get sentenced to be here.
Meet the court.
Vickerman tries to manage her by fighting fire with fire, but clearly it doesn't work.
You will not throw a double back without training it first, Haley.
Close your eyes.
Over my dead body.
A little CPR might do you good.
He changes strategies, making her realize that really she's only hurting herself.
Shall we show Haley what discipline is all about? Please join us, Haley.
No thanks. I'm kind of tired.
Oh.
After Vic punishes the team for Haley's choices, it doesn't really take the girls long to retaliate. They like pack up all of her shit and like chuck it outside of their dorm, and they tell her to get out. So yeah. And mind you, this is night one, so really awesome. Vic ends up coming by knowing that this was going to happen and taking her to a local diner down the road and trying to talk some sense into her. She stonewalls for a while, but eventually the cracks start to appear.
talent out of the ass, natural ability that half the world's gymnasts would kill for, and you're flushing it away. Don't flush your life away, kid. Step away from the bowl. Whatever.
Vic calls her out on the fact that for someone who hates being judged by others, she sure does a lot of judging.
Fascinating.
What?
For someone who hates being judged, you're one of the most judgmental people I've ever met.
He gives her one last chance to make the right choice. Either walk the 5 miles back to VGA and train for the classics, or she can hit the road and figure it out on her own.
Miss Rebel without applause. Tell you what, you choose to compete in the IG Classic, you can come back.
What if I choose not to come back?
Haley, tell you the truth, nobody cares. Nobody cares what you do.
It sounds harsh, but he's reassuring her really and is saying you really can do whatever you want. Like, you can't let others determine how you live your life. Vic kind of won that. He kind of ate that up. So the following morning, Haley ends up finding Vic on a run with the other gymnasts, and she tells him that, okay, I'm ready to train. I can do this, but on one condition. Like, I don't want the girls to see me struggle. I need to be trusted that I can train on my own and be prepared for the classics. I don't want you looming over me the whole time. I need you to trust me. And he was like, all right, fine, we can do that. And that was it. So he got started on her training immediately.
If you like running full speed towards a stationary object, vault's for you. If you like peeling pieces of skin the size of quarters off your hands, bars is for you. Lore? Are you serious? I mean, who doesn't want to parade around in a leotard getting wedgies and doing dorky choreography?
So a few weeks have gone by now, and gymnast Haley is back, people. Let's go. We love to see it. We love Queen Haley in her Simone Biles era. We love to see it. Vic checks in on her periodically, and you can see that he's slowly starting to open up to her a little bit until he realizes that he's doing that and then immediately pulls back, just like she does.
I was wondering, what's your excuse?
No excuse. Missed a release move on high bar, fractured my spine. I finally got the okay to train. Got back up on the tramp, and you know, things were different. Through a layout, through a full, and you know what? I'm not telling you this story. It's not even a story, it's a non-event.
He also goes right back to coaching mode and ends up trying to tell her that she's not necessarily sticking her landing so perfectly. He's like, you're popping your clutch, and she goes, I'm not popping shit.
You're popping the clutch, losing traction.
I'm not popping shit.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for, people. The iconic bathtub scene.
Blah, blah, blah. Proper name, place name, backstory stuff.
Okay, anyway. 13-year-old me was screaming when I saw that on screen. Not really outside, but internally, I was like, this has ignited something in me that I didn't realize existed. And it has changed me for the better.
You're welcome.
Haley overhears the girls watching old footage of her at Worlds when she walked out 2 years prior, and how detrimental it was for her and her team at the time, where they just completely lost their chance at gold. There was also a scene of like a fever dream she was having where she was like stealing a bunch of pills because of all the harm she was putting on her body from all the work that she was doing, and we don't need to talk about it. It's fine. So she finally gives in and asks Vic for help so that she can control her tricks.
I want to control my tricks.
You want to learn control.
And they get to work.
Elite gymnastics is like the Navy SEALs, only harder. Look, don't be fooled by the Leotards, people. The things gymnasts do make Navy SEAls look like wusses. And we do them without a gun.
Time goes by, and they are finally at the classics competition. And the main thing Haley was worried about has definitely come true. Everybody hates her, and it shows. Mean mugs, booing, throwing sodas on her. She's just trying to let it all roll off her back, and it obviously doesn't work.
That was for Worlds. What? Are you kidding me?
After an incident with a bitch and her soda, Haley ends up having to go buy herself a new leotard when her 2 himbo allies come to the rescue and help keep her spirits up.
Can't stand fake Haley. It's a bloody outrage, I tell you. We ain't Haley more people, so get in line! Would you shut up?
We love our boys. So, to rebel against the system that has completely shattered her confidence, along with thousands of other gymnasts, she tells Mina and Weiwei, who were actually 2 girls that are new to the classics that are also on her team from VGA. She tells them not to play it safe and to, like, make a big splash. Like, this is their first time being there. Like, make the judges notice you.
You're new. You can make a splash. Let it rip. Make the judges look. You're gonna eat Matt? You eat Matt hard. Don't play it safe.
They listen to her, and unfortunately, they do not stick any of their landings because they haven't practiced it that way, obviously. But even though Haley is praising them and telling them that they're doing a great job regardless and that it doesn't matter, like, it's okay, like, this is, you know, making a huge difference for them, Joanne takes this opportunity to turn the story around and tell them that Haley doesn't actually care about them and that she's been working on her own moves and she just wants the prize money for herself.
Don't you see what she's doing? She wants you to do your hardest tricks because she knows you'll mess up. She's trying to get you guys to mess up so she can win the prize money. Duh.
Which is not true whatsoever, obviously, because it's Haley, the love of my life. Also, when she tells them that, the camera pans to Mina and Weiwei, and Weiwei's face the whole time thinking about it just lingered so fucking long, like way too fucking long. She was just...
Oh, Christ!
How long is it taking you to get to this thought? Are you okay? Are you good? Are you stroking out? Anyway, back to it. Seeing how successful Haley has been, Haley's mom, Alice, actually approaches her outside of the gym and tries to sweet talk her into coming back and training with Chris DeFrank. Ew. We hate fucking Chris DeFrank. He sucks. He's absolutely the worst human being in the world. And Haley hates him as well. So when Haley tells her mom absolutely not, her mom gets visibly upset and starts bashing her coach Vic, talking about how he doesn't really care about her, how he's only taking the money that Haley's dad paid her.
Huh?
I'm sorry, money? Where'd this fucking money come from? What are you talking about? Money. And she's like, well, you know, everybody pays to go there. And she's like, oh no, honey.
Your dad's paying 4 times what every other girl there is paying.
4 fucking times the amount? Are you insane? In this economy, bitch? The fuck? You really paid that much to get rid of me? You're a bitch. Hate you. Bye.
I said what I said.
Haley feels betrayed all over again and is just so furious that she put her trust in somebody and they just, like, ruined it. Like, they fucking ruined it. You know what I mean? Like, all you had to do was be honest. She storms off away from her mom and goes back to the next tournament, the vault. Now the fans and her teammates have turned against her. A lot of the trauma surrounding gymnastics has really kind of started to come back to light. Like, it's kind of fucking her up a little bit right now. And unfortunately, because Vic has the best timing in the world, he decides that right now is the time that he's going to tell her.
Today's not just about you, you know. Expected more out of you.
Vic, I swear to fucking God, read the room. Read the fucking room.
2, 3, 4.
With all of that happening all at one time, she still decides to go do the vault. Instead of walking out, I would have fucking walked out. She's a much bigger person than me. I would have been like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm not doing this shit. I'm sick of it. This doesn't feel good. I don't like it. You're hurting my feelings. All of that, and she still proceeds to compete in the vault, and she does it tremendously, I might add. But you can see that she is starting to quietly sob on the beam, and everybody is watching, sadly. And you know what? Good, bitches. That's what you fucking get for making my girl Haley cry. How could you make my baby girl Haley cry?
Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky. Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky.
Don't piss me off. She finishes her routine and packs her shit to leave, and Vic chases her down. He thinks that she's walking away because she's selfish and stubborn and tells her that she should go back to DeFrank's to train because she supposedly only listens to him. And this makes her snap.
Clearly you listened to him long enough.
Yeah, long enough to hook up with my mom. Long enough for him to rip my family apart.
Watching that scene always breaks my fucking heart because what happens is right before Worlds, she finds out that her mom was cheating on her dad with Chris DeFrank, and she just couldn't go back to gymnastics after that. I mean, Jesus Christ, like, he ripped her family apart.
This family's tearing apart! You proud of yourself, big man?
So Vic realizes the huge mistake that he has made now with this and immediately tries to comfort her. But she calls him out on the fact that he has been getting paid off by her dad to pretend to care.
You know, you said something about the fact that this was about me. You know, helping me, my freedom. You forgot to tell me about the part you were cashing in on it.
And she was like, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm all done.
You didn't owe it to me to be a decent coach. You owed it to me to be a decent human being.
and she just leaves. And you see her walk out, and her himbos, Emmett and Jasper, drive up and pick her up, and they drive off into the sunset. Cut to a day or two later, Haley meets up with the judge dealing with her case, and the judge tells her that she's free to go and that the restitution has been taken care of. Turns out Vic used the money Haley's dad paid him to pay the costs and wrote a strong letter of recommendation to make sure that she had a clean slate to truly do what she wanted to do with her life and not have anything hold her back.
Oh, that's been taken care of. Be good. Sounds like you're built for it. You know, Haley, there are a lot of great people who had jerks for parents. We gotta stick together.
Bart is so... He literally said, "Free my girl Haley. I'm not doing this. Let her out. Release her." She goes back to VGA and she decides to stick with the team, and Mina and Wei Wei come over. They apologize. Even Joanne is being like significantly nicer to her all of a sudden. So everybody's back to being best friends and girly pops, and it all feels great. I love it. After trying to execute a full, Vic ends up actually in the hospital.
Call 911. Oh.
Don't worry, all's good. I think it's really just a plot device to get the girls out of the gym and go to the mall for a little bit. Emmett and Jasper come and take the team for a fun girls' day at the mall. So this scene is not necessarily driving the plot forward, but it's one of my favorite scenes personally. Not only do we get girly pops flipping and cartwheeling down the aisles in prom dresses, but we get candy store aesthetics. We get Jasper proudly proclaiming that he's going to be wearing a dress to prom with Joanne. And the best of the best, they put Emmett in drag. We love to see it. We love progressive kings that are confident in their sexuality. During Pride Month, yes.
Racers, start your engines, and may the best drag queen win.
So now we skip to sometime later, and they finally made it to Worlds. Let's go.
These are not spirit fingers.
These are spirit fingers. Okay, back on top. Now we skip to some time later, and they are now getting to Worlds. They just made it to Worlds, which is so exciting. This is Haley's final battle when it comes to having to deal with the repercussions of when she walked out of Worlds 2 years prior. After trying to apologize to her old teammate Triska, who definitely just gave her an icy cold shoulder. Ooh, burr. Oh. She pushes through the start of the competition, and honestly, this is where things get awesome, like really crazy awesome. So the girls start noticing that the judges are not scoring fairly. They're docking points for attitude and tiny technicalities, and worse, they're rewarding really boring routines versus bold ones. Like, for example, Mina, who executes a perfect triple front, like literally 10 out of 10, no questions asked. She should have received a 10 out of 10. Ended up getting docked because her bra strap was showing. A fucking bra strap!
1/10 off because her bra was sticking out.
I literally feel like I got triggered in dress code. I feel like I got triggered in dress code from high school. Because why were boys sagging their pants all the way down to their fucking ankles, but yet I could not wear a spaghetti strap? It's hot. It's 100 degrees outside. I'm just a girl. Let me show off my shoulders. Sorry, it gets people horny. They're sexy shoulders. So Haley finally snaps and decides, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not going to sit here and keep playing this game. So she decides to rebel and completely scratch for Mina. This singular act honestly changes the entire trajectory of the whole sport that they're playing, or at least the worlds that they're competing in. Instead of competing against each other now, they have decided to choose a singular gymnast for each apparatus, and they'll scratch their own routines in solidarity. So I think that's pretty awesome. We love women that lift up women. One by one, the girls start to band together, and they are completely changing the rules of the sport itself. Vic immediately takes notice once Haley scratches for Mina, and instead of him getting angry at her, he immediately starts advocating for the girls. He lets them train how they want. He encourages their creativity, and he's trusting them to take ownership of the sport again. He's truly an ally. That's a fucking ally.
And this is my best friend, Valentina. She's an ally. Talk, Valentina.
Ally. Triska's the only gymnast trying to fight their cause and is actively competing against the rest of the girls. Very pick-me behavior, if I do say so myself. But after realizing that she's fighting with the people who are voting against her regardless, she starts to open her eyes and see the bigger picture.
Scratch. You're all zeros anyway. Trisha, this is not about winning. I'm not here to screw you over. This is much bigger than you and me.
After Triska finally joins the rest of the girls and purposely scratches, it is now Haley's turn for the floor routine.
There are things you wish for before big moments. I wish my friends were here. I wish my parents were different. I wish there was someone who got what was happening and could just look at me and tell me we weren't crazy, that we weren't being stupid. Someone to say, I'm proud of you. And I got your back, no matter what.
Some nerves are kind of getting to her, so Vic sees that and goes up to give her some last-minute words of wisdom.
Haley.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Listen, I just want you to know.
What?
That, I'm so,
Don't.
No. I'm so proud to be your coach. Now, don't you dare hold back and floor it.
So Haley executes her floor routine absolutely wonderfully, and she can freely express herself in the sport that she loves so much without the weight of the judges or societal pressures on her shoulder. In the end, Haley doesn't win gold, but that's not the point of the movie. The point is that she wins so much more. She wins back her agency, she wins back her friends, she wins back the sport that she loves so dearly. She gets to be in charge. She gets her voice back. The crowd goes wild, the media takes notice. For once, gymnastics looks like a place where the athletes get to be in charge. It's not your typical sports movie ending. There's no big trophy moment, but that's the point. Stick-It isn't about medals, it's about freedom. And for a lot of people, especially young girls, queer folks, and athletes, it's about being seen. And that's Stick-It. A sports movie that is funny as hell. It's rebellious. It's emotional. It's sharp. It really shows that you can love something so deeply and still strive to make it better. I feel like at the time it was not appreciated for what it was. And I'm really glad now that it's become a cult classic and part of my queer media. If you like this video, hit the like button down below. Subscribe for more movie content from me. And if you have any recommendations on movies that you'd like me to watch, just go ahead and put it in the comments below and I will get to that. And until next time, always remember from the wise words of our Queen Mother, RuPaul, we're all born naked and the rest is drag. Bye.
Darling, I want my gay rights now. I think it's about time to get